Hut tea and some tarts. So let's go over some of the things that I got from momocon as far as my swag goes.
My friend saved me a free comic from Free Comic Book Day and got me this solo adventure about being a cat. My little brother got character room sprays. I found this fun fan. I made this for the Scumvillain self-saving system costume. I love the size of the momocon book for this year. Of course, I had to pick up a few zines. There was a boba tea candle place, and that was her card, and I got taro flavor. Asturian's been really popular this year, and I got a sticker from the Uncommons. I got even more stickers and a comic from GDB. Just a little something somebody left behind on a table, and I picked up some Asturian stickers for a friend. Always gotta support my friend Laika, and this just looks like a goose on the loose. I was given a Pokemon card and even more stickers. This is pretty neat. It is a pin banner, so it's perfect for displaying different pins that you collect over the years, including buttons. These Smarties came along with a dad joke. I like to bring along some stickers to trade with people, and here are some of the gifts I got. Then of course I bought more stickers from GDB and others. Found this Hunjin sticker on the floor and got even more comics. This was so cute, it made me mix all my dachshunds. These prints are from GDB, who you should absolutely check out her artwork. It's amazing. Got myself an Asturian keychain, and I picked up a hard copy of Chef's Kiss. Penguin Baby is some of my favorite blind box figures to get. It makes me so happy if 52 Toys is opening up near us. Lulu's are absolutely adorable, and she was double cheeked up on a con weekend. Absolutely perfect. Here's another up close look of the surreal makeup that I picked up while I was at convention. If you haven't had these ube pretzels, go get you some. Another boba candle, this time it is jasmine. My dad got me cat ears for a cosplay he wants me to do. And the momocon bag was so cute this year that I had to get one. It even has a lot of really good pockets. For my momocon recap journal, instead of putting it in my Hobonichi like I usually do, I am going to be using the book that came with all of the programs and such in it, as well as putting in all of the little bits and bobs that I collected during momocon. This way I have more than enough space to make this book a chunky boy. momocon for me this year was really fun. The most unexpected things that I saw there was going to the Mystery Skulls concert. That was really fun. Didn't expect them to be there. And also going to the Baby Beard concert. It randomly turned into a pro wrestling match, which was wild experience. Apparently the guy who is part of Baby Beard used to be a part of the pro wrestling scene in Japan, and since it is a momocon staple to have a wrestling match there, it's a whole big like arena thing at momocon. They had integrated that into the Baby Beard concert, and it ended up traveling all around the room, so everybody got to see the experience of the pro wrestling match during the concert. I loved interviewing everybody. That is something that I think I'm going to do next year. I had so much fun with it, and it was so good to either meet new artists or be able to talk and hear from some of the artists who I regularly see or who are my friends. Being back at con was really inspiring and gave me a lot of energy to continue on, and I think next year I will absolutely be applying to do panels. I miss doing them. I used to do a journaling panel, and this time I think I want to do a zine panel and a few other animation related panels. Hopefully they don't schedule everything on top of each other like they did this past year. That was one of my biggest laments, is that there was a lot of panels that were very similar to each other scheduled on the same hour at the same time as the panels I was wanting to go to. Hopefully I will be able to plan my con a little bit better, as next year the con should be mostly in Hall B instead of spread across Hall A, B, and C. I'm sure there will still be a lot of walking, and I will probably include one of those little portable stools to just have to make sitting around the con a little bit easier, and go and spend more time in like the manga library and just plan out the events and things I want to go to, so I'm not having to be up and down all the time. After almost a month of working on this, I am finally done with my momocon junk journal, crow keeper journal, swag journal, whatever you like to call it. Sorry if I sound a little off. My allergies are really acting up today. So I will try and get through this with as few sneezes as possible. This year's momocon theme was cooking. So you have the hero on the front and the villain on the back. Work for the hero this year is really, really cute, and I really like it. Usually I like the villain's artwork more, but the hero had my heart for this year. I love that they have different themes each year for the convention, so that way there's like a focus for the artwork. I don't see a lot of other conventions doing that as much, so it is just a fun little thing. Like, yes, you see artwork that's special made for the con, but having like a full-on theme is unusual. So when you first open up for the booklet, I ended up wanting to keep the show hours just to have a reminder of what everything is, and then I took this pocket that one of my mom's pandas came in and used it to store this little guy. So how I got this guy is I was waiting for the photo shoot that I attended, and a little kid was dealing with some bug bites, some little ouchies, and I always keep some band-aids and some ointment on me. So overhearing that they needed to go to the infirmary to get some band-aids and something to put on to stop the itching, I immediately jumped into action, as I tend to. I got this in return for having some cool band-aids and gifting a sticker to the kid. The momocon AMV contest, their pamphlets were based off of menus this year, and it just looked so cool that I had to grab one and make sure to bring it and put it in my thing. And I love that it has the different categories, like their different dishes. Someone on the momocon Facebook group ended up putting this shot from Fairly Odd Parents, saying that, when do we get to the con? This is the con. It was so crowded this year, and it was just so big and so much walking. We ended up walking about a marathon and a half, according to one of my friend's Apple Watches. Of course, I had to include all of my friends and family pictures here together, and all of the cosplays that I dressed up as this. Every year I go to different panels, and I like to try and keep track of all the panels that I attend. This year I went to the Mystery Skulls and Snowboard concert. I went to the Animation Creators with the Amphibia, Hell of a Boss, and Owl House. I went to Community Building for Indian animation, line dancing, the costume, the AMB contest finals, baby beard concert, and the EMXT Expo shoot. This is space themed because I ended up picking up some creative Media Industries Institute from the GSU booth, and I loved that, and it just kind of fit in with this piece that I took from a fan that I had, and I will be using the body of the fan. So it went along well with all of the cosplays that I saw, especially the Star Wars and Marvel cosplays. Of course, you know, I like to save the boxes from the blind boxes if I haven't gotten that blind box before. So here's where I put my Lulu blind box, and I talked about my concerts here and put just a bunch of different extra stickers of things that I really saw and I really enjoyed, like this Esmeralda and Frollo costume, this Huncules, put a lot of Disney here. I put some of the gaming from Mario and Pikmin here. I got a lot more gaming like Amaterasu from Okami. I tried to keep the theme kind of close and kind of light. At the convention, there was a guy who had a sign that says, "Let me tell you a con dad," that said, "Let me tell you a dad joke." My dad joke was, "The calendar better watch out because its days are numbered," which had me cracking up, and I loved it so much. And then he gave me a little bit of candy, and then I was dressed up as Scum Villain Self-Saving System, and all day I've been asking people who I knew was from XTX if they had seen my Demon Lord. And finally, as I was actually going to the photo shoot, I bumped into two people that were dressed like Luho Bingha from the book, and it was just a perfect moment, and I loved that so much that I had to take a picture of it. Another thing that I ended up pulling a couple other people's pictures from because it was just too crowded every time I passed by and I was really tired, was the Waffle Home, where different people would go and pose. It's a late night time, and like they've gotten off of work or something, and they were able to just really capture the feeling of late night at Waffle House. Of course, I had to keep the Fae Room and the Baldur's Gate, as well as the Delicious Dungeon things all together. Now we are getting onto my Pokemon page. At convention, I like to pick up the little things that people have thrown away on the ground that they don't necessarily want, or if somebody has accidentally abandoned something like a fan or a flyer, I like to pick those up because I don't always see what other people see. Plus, they're just going to end up in the trash anyway, and it makes for great journaling fodder. And I'm not into Honkai Rail or Genshin Impact, but it was really cool to see these things. As always, there is a lot of Pokemon stuff that happens at conventions, my favorite being the Pikachu lady. This year we had some people who dressed up as if they were in commando gear, but they were actually the Squirtle Squad. And then one of my favorite character interactions was two people had dressed up as the different professors and were handing out your starter Pokemon that you could pick up a starter card. I got Cyndaquil because he is my favorite of all of the Pokemon except for Zapdos, and specifically in the starter set. He's just so cute and small and round and fluffy, but he is fiery too with the spiky fires. He just gets to like be this big creature, and that's why he's my favorite out of the second gen creatures. I believe he comes from second gen. And now we just have all of the cosplay that I saw, was able to take a photo of, or I went on to the momocon group on Facebook and pulled some of the pictures and photos that other people have taken. Some of this is from my group, some of this is from online, and some of this is that I have actually taken. Some of the really cool bits that I was very excited about was that a bunch of people had like little goose heads as from the Untitled Goose Game. That was really fun because one of the YouTubers I follow, he did a 100 days or like a 100% goose game, and he always uses this phrase called "all goose on the loose." His name is Floydson, and I absolutely love that phrase. It's so silly, it's so fun, and just seeing people be a goose on the loose is great. Got a lot of Has Been Hotel, some mystery skulls, characters, and of course we have the Trigger. Mojo Jojo was cool to see. Somebody was dressed up as Clippy, which the amount of feels that we all have for Clippy for the early 2000s, and it just being a meme is 100% great. I also forgot to talk about this. Apparently this year it was momocon at momocon. Kind of a fun pun. And so you had a bunch of people who were dressed up as cows or wearing cow print. I didn't quite get it. I think it's like one of those sexy memes that are online that you see sometimes that they decided to make in real life. So I took this backing that came with these tweezers that I get. These are detailing tweezers that is really good for pulling off the backings for stickers or placing very small detailed things, especially since I will be doing some nail art in the future. And this ended up, I wrote a little bit about momocon and what I saw related to momocon on the back. So that just gets to be a nice little bookmark that goes in my pages here. And then of course, we saw so much One Piece. We took a lot of photos. We saved a lot of photos that people had, and here are all of them together. It was fun to see people doing Luffy and other characters in disguise, and lots of love for Buggy and Big Mama. I put my nostalgia page here, full of everybody who dressed in some of my favorite things, from Ruby Rod to Inuyasha, to Gatchaman, to Powerpuff Girls, and we have a little bit of Studio Ghibli here, and even some Totally Spy Love and Blue's Clue Love. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of sexy Patricks there, and this Gundam was amazing. So story time for this. I have a friend who he does a lot of traveling, and he came in special for momocon and brought us gifts from Singapore, and it was specifically, he brought us some Pokemon Oreos that were banana and chocolate flavored. It was a very interesting combination, and I would totally eat it again. It kind of reminded me of a banana pudding in the best way. Here's a list of all the artists that I interviewed, as well as just a little moment that I had with an artist who thought they recognized me from a different convention, but even though they have seen me before, but I wasn't at that specific convention. This time I chose to make a waterfall cards, and as you can see here, so I can keep all of the cards on one page and they don't take up as much space. There was so much walking at this convention, and I wanted to keep the layout so you can see just how much walking and how big everything was. Where is it? We had to go here, all the way here, all the way here, and then all the way through here and here to get to the artist alley. It was so much walking. They said that hopefully it won't be that much walking next year, but dang, that was a lot of walking. So here are some of my after con thoughts. I really liked getting this car sticker. It was amazing. And here is a list of all the things that I was able to buy at the convention or trade with other artists at the convention. So that was a lot of fun. And then here is some after con notes that I want to remember, as well as some more cosplay stickers, another blind box for Peach Riot, love Peach Riot, and then other artist cards that I am keeping here. I really liked this because we're definitely gonna see you soon in 2025. I've already bought my ticket and I'm really excited to go. Thanks so much for sticking around for my journal. I probably still will be putting little notes and things in here as I remember them and as I think about them. But overall, I would consider this book to be. The next thing that I'll be going over is my con after action book as slash cosplay book for what I have planned for next year's convention and how I'm going to be prepping that and putting that together. So please stay tuned as I put out more different journaling videos as well as different cosplay videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that jazz, and I will catch you all later. Bye!